Hey guys, just finished watching my final Dario Argento movie out of the stack that I have, and I saved this one for last for some reason. I think it was because it was the newer one besides the Stendhal syndrome that I had, and I'd heard really good things, and I really dug that cover too, so I just saved it for last. And this is actually my first Blu-ray from Scorpion Releasing, which I think is a subsidiary of Code Red because yeah, the disc says Code Red, but the back says Scorpion. But yeah, this was just released recently, and I had never seen it. I'm catching up on a lot of Dario Argento movies that I haven't seen yet, and this one came out in 1989, and essentially there's this opera of Macbeth going on, and the lead actress in it gets injured, so her understudy has to take her place, and she's all worried about performing in the opera because they say that Macbeth is cursed and all that. And but she agrees to do it just because it's going to be her debut, and they talk her into it. And so she ends up doing that, and there's all these murders going on around this opera stage play thing. And they're not sure who it is. They give you lots of red herrings or whatever. And the director of the opera is like a horror director turned into an opera thing, so it's kind of cool how it kind of mirrors Dario Argento's real life thing in this. But the girl, but that's all I want to give away because there's lots of twists and turns. I don't want to give away spoilers as far as any of that goes. But the girl, I'm not sure of her name. I'm sure it's this Christina Marcillic. But yeah, she plays the main girl in it, and I really dug her performance. Thought she was really attractive. Yeah, I've never seen her before, but it's not saying Every Time We Say Goodbye. I guess she played it. I've never heard of that. But anyways, there's all these cool murders going on around this stage play, and there's the police trying to figure it out, and the main actress is going into like deeper and deeper in madness just because she has to witness all these people being murdered because the killer like ties her up and puts these like needles on her eyelids, so she has to watch it and all that. And you know, the kills are really intense. They're probably some of one of them especially. She's like sleeping with this dude, and the way he gets killed, I really love. It looked really badass. The effects and everything with it. And there's a scene like in Saw 2 where someone has their eye up against a peephole in a door, and he has a gun at the peephole and he shoots it. And just the way it was filmed and shot and the effects were really well done. I really loved it. Um, I can say now that this is actually my favorite Argento film I've seen so far. You know, Suspiria comes a close second. I love Suspiria. I really dug Tenebrae. The Stendhal Syndrome was pretty good. But yeah, this one's my favorite out of all of them so far. I just liked all the performances. I just liked the whole production of it, I guess. The whole opera house looked really intense. Really liked it. There were some really cool camera moves. Like, it reminded me of like Sam Raimi from The Evil Dead. Lots of panning and swooping through this opera house and all that. That's really cool. So the camera work I think is the best as far as Argento goes on this one. Now, yeah, that's all I want to say about that. And one thing else I gotta say about this movie is the soundtrack is really bizarre. Most of the movie's scored in like an opera score, but there's like a metal, like only during the kills. Like anytime someone's getting killed, it's almost like Quiet Riot or Rat or an '80s hair metal band is doing the music, and it just feels really out of place. But I kind of dig it. It adds to the charm a little bit. You know, this came out in '89, so it was right on the cusp of when that hair metal was going out. I mean, but yeah, I really dug it. It had like an In the Mouth of Madness feel as far as the soundtrack goes with the metal and all that. But yeah, really bizarre how it switches from opera to metal in a second. It'll be like in one of the kills, there's this really metal Metallica, you know, Rat sounding track, and then all of a sudden it switches right into opera. It's a wonky soundtrack for sure. It's definitely not one of the best as far as Argento goes, but I like it just because of how different it is. I'm not a big fan of opera, but I will say, even if you don't like opera, check this out, just because it isn't a lot of the soundtrack, but the visuals in this movie and stuff I like a lot. Everything with the ravens, you know, I don't want to be rambling on, but let's get into the special features here. Brand new 2016 2K scan with over 45 hours of extensive color correction. and it shows. The film looks really, really good. Really, there's only a few scenes where there's some like kind of things wrong with the print. Like in one of the kills, it looks like one of the films was split at one time, or something. But you know, it looks really good. And in the very beginning, like when it's panning around the opera house, there's a scene or two where it's not really stable. But those are my only gripes, and they're only a few seconds long, so it's still good to me. So yeah, really impressed with the transfer in this, and I was leery about Scorpion Blu-rays just because it's part of Code Red. But yeah, this put all doubts out of my mind as far as any of that goes. I would definitely pick up more Scorpion Blu-ray releases after checking this out. But and brand new interview with the star William McNamara, which I didn't see. And but I did watch the interview with Dario Argento on here. It was pretty cool. Brand new 5.1 soundtrack. Sound, you know, voices were clear. Everything was good. An original trailer. So this thing ain't loaded like the Synapse releases are. It's bizarre to me that Synapse doesn't have the rights to this because they have the rights to Tenebrae and Phenomena and Suspiria and stuff, because I think these were all put out by Anchor Bay back in the day. But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, I'll cut this review there now. You know, everything, I definitely recommend picking this up. I think you can find it on Amazon for $15. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for Argento for me for a little bit. I mean, I'll finish up his filmography in the next couple months once I buy a couple more. But next, I'm going on to Michael Suavi. I got The Sect and the Church next, and then it's on to some more American fare and stuff. But anyways, guys, see you tomorrow. Peace.